Welcome to the Trinitech. This is episode number 56, and we are live. What today is? Today is the 10th of March. 10th of March, 2024. What happened this week, boy? Hey, you know what I started to do this week? I went back to school.
You went back to school? What do you mean you went back to school? And you just go to school every day?
What? Yeah, I signed up for online. I want them free university courses.
Okay.
University of Maryland, I think. Mm-hmm. They have a product management course. So since I launched two apps, well, I launched one app and I have a next app that I'm gonna launch. One of them skyrocketed to like 1,000 and something downloads within a week now. And I was like, oh, okay. Because it's exam time, so the students looking for answers and videos and anything, right? And I was like, wait, I just started think about, because I was thinking about the future, like probably 6 months to a year. Yeah. But I was like, I had to come up with a product roadmap. Okay, how to do a product roadmap properly? Because I think and just put down a list of features. Yeah. So I went and I started Google and thing, and then I realized, this is an actual thing called product management. Yeah. So I went and signed up for an online course. So I think it's EDX or something like that.
Okay. edX. Yeah.
edX.
You asked your friend from OpenAI or Gemini?
Yeah. I asked real plenty things, and I was going through a whole set of stuff, and I was like, I don't feel I want to just use AI to give me the answer for this. I want to actually understand it and know for myself what I really want to do now. Yeah. So I think it's a 6 week, basically a semester course. And but you could do it in 6 to 8 weeks or something like that, doing one video a day, and it have little quizzes and thing. So I feel, before I go and sleep, I'll just, take it in, do the quiz and see what I get out of it, because I think feeling like, alive again.
Yeah, the drive, the desire to learn.
To learn it and implement it, What you do techie this week?
Well, this week, the techie stuff take a little backseat, and it was more presentations and
meetings?
Meetings. There was more meetings and more meetings again this week, so yeah. So preparing presentations and reports and
Oh, okay, because you had to launch things and
kind of giving updates on where you're at,
Yeah.
That type of thing.
And win them over.
Yeah, committees, all these committees.
So you have you have meeting burnout. Like if you spend half an hour in a meeting, you start to
half
get burnout.
An hour. That's a short meeting. Some meetings, right? Those are the longest meetings. Like some meetings that start 10 o'clock, finish 2. Some that start 10. You get a little hour lunch break, finish 7.
What? Nah. Wait. I don't think I can do that,
It has real long meetings. Well, our meeting Tuesday, like every Monday, I have my own team update meeting. That meeting does last probably an hour.
Okay.
Right, and this meeting Tuesday might last probably 3 hours.
Boy, I have one scheduled meeting once a week on a Friday to just everybody else know what they had to do from Friday to Friday. So I'll tell you on Friday, all right, what we are supposed to do this week. Okay, cool. All right, here's what we had to do next week. So this is what we're working on, blah, blah, blah. Next week, Friday, you report. If that lasts, it's scheduled for an hour. Yeah. If that lasts 35 minutes, I start a Twitch. I'll be like, what am I doing here still? What is taking so long? I'm not too sure what is taking so long, but whatever it is, it had to be important. And the only time it's go over is when we actually dealing with fixing. Like if I had to fix a problem, that meeting is not to fix problems. That meeting is to just report the problem. And then they set our next meeting to debug and whatever issues you had to face, you set a separate meeting for that. But sometimes we end up trying to fix things in that meeting and be like, hey, whoa, stop.
Yeah.
We're trying to fix it here.
So,
we can't fix it here.
Short meetings like that is probably a sign of a well-oiled machine, you know.
That is when you're nimble and you only have 5 people. when you only have 4 people working, you really how much. But some team meetings we have all kind of 15 people and things inside it.
Yeah, that's what is causing long. When you have plenty cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's real.
Sometimes democracy is not a good thing, is a dictatorship.
All right, cool. All right, y'all. So episode 56. Today we're talking about 3 major things and, well, two local ones, international. That's our new cadence, and we will stick to that. We want to talk about there was a school bomb threat this week, and we need to talk about the technical aspect of it and how we could actually deal with it, or how we could advise the law enforcement agencies or first responders or whatnot to understand. Maybe you don't have to, respond to an email that was sent to 49 different people, but we had to talk about that a little bit. Then we'll talk about $42 million has been assigned. So we actually have a number that has been assigned to digital transformation.
US dollars.
$42 million assigned to digital transformation from the IDB. And that number, we have to start to break it down and see what that could actually do and the timeline that they're aiming for, because there's a whole article about it. And then we have a kind of funny one, but the international one's usually kind of funnier, but HP is trying to start a printer service. Yeah, where you rent a printer, you lease a printer, and it just sends you replacement ink, and you pay a certain amount every month.
Yeah,
but we'll talk about it. A subscription, yeah. Yeah, just like how they did with the cars, subscription for heated seats.
Yeah.
And then a juicy AI article, not AI, but Google article. Somebody been leaking some secrets. Been leaking some secrets. All right, so we're going into the first topic. Let's go. We starting with bomb threats via email. What can we do about that? Let's go into that. So here is the article, 49 Southeastern Schools. No. All right, this one is by Radhika De Silva, senior multimedia reporter of The Guardian. Everybody on The Guardian is a senior reporter. Sorry, probably people that get to post to the website are the senior reporters, right? Oh, God. I don't know. Never guess so. Everybody else, once you're junior, you only get the papers. The police cyber response team is investigating the source of bomb threats issued from the Ministry of Education's official email, which resulted in the evacuation of thousands of students, principals, and administrators from 49 schools in the southeastern district on Tuesday. Late yesterday, Education Minister Dr. Nayan Gatsby-Dolly issued a statement condemning the disruptions to students' education caused by a threat sent by email to primary schools in the district. She said following the established safety protocols, students were moved to muster points. The TNT police service was notified, and sweeps of the identified schools within the southeastern district then started. So this is a throwback to last year. I can't remember what time. I believe it was around this time. So it was probably around this time. So because I remember our school had to go to Memorial Park, and it was dry, so it wasn't a dry season. Yeah, well, it was probably around this time. We could Google it and see. But this one is a little different. This one came from the official. I haven't seen the email, right? Anywhere. I didn't get any print screen or screenshots. But this one came from the official Ministry of Education email. So 2 things there. The email got compromised, and the person that compromised it sent an email, I'm assuming, to a mailing list that was already in that email account, because it's a very specific number of 49 schools.
Yeah, it could be. So, I mean...
Go ahead. Let me hear you, because I'm a teacher, so I have real views about this from a teaching perspective, but what's your view?
Yeah, I mean, so the principals who have a see in the emails coming from the official Ministry of Education, first thing you would take it seriously, like last year where it came from like a random email address. I can't remember what account, So that in itself, what people would think is actually something credible. But going back to it, is from the official Ministry of Education email. You think an email address was compromised and it wasn't somebody being mischievous or not, it was probably genuinely compromised. But it's probably like a phishing attack or something.
Okay, it's possible that you could spoof an email, but spoofing emails it's gotten a lot harder because of the services I use, and the Ministry of Education has used Microsoft Outlook, right?
Yeah.
Well, basically is what is called Outlook again?
It's Outlook. Nice. Office.
Office 365, I think, yes.
Yeah,
Office 365 email,
yeah.
Right. Now, to spoof that email and send it as if it was coming from that email, I could see that possible, but then they would not send it to only the Southeastern District schools.
Yeah.
If they spoofed the email, they would have sent it to every school in the mailing list that was possible. So if it's only the Southeastern District, I am assuming, maybe wrongly, that is a real email address that was compromised, and there's a list of 49 schools there because districts have different school sizes. And sometimes when you're sending emails to a certain district, you send it to only that district because it's in the mailing list.
Yeah. So it'll be good to know what email it actually came from, if it's like from a person's email or like a minister
like
education.
a school supervisor email or some kind of thing like that. Yeah, it could be. I don't know. But
you being a teacher, that could be some work, call on some of your contacts.
I could send a few messages in our WhatsApp group and say anybody from one of those schools have a copy of the email. I could have done that before, but I really didn't want to run it down that much because my real concern is from a technical perspective. This is real easy to do. It's really easy to craft an email to say almost anything and send it out to a large list. It's not difficult to create an email account, send it. How do we deal with that in terms of every single time you get a bomb threat, you're going to shut down every single school? Is there like a threshold number that we should be like, okay, if this thing goes to more than 15 email accounts, you have to be able to say at some point in time, make a rational decision and say, nah, what's the number? What do you think is a solid? Because 49 people getting the same email saying they have a bomb, that could never be true.
Yeah.
From our perspective.
So some time would have to pass in terms of figuring out to get sent to 49 people. So you would, as soon as you get an email like that, you would have like a duty of care to kind of take it seriously. Or you'll have like I'm not sure how long, between 10 to half an hour before you figure out, okay, get sent to how much other people. So you as the principal, whoever get that email, you would have a duty of care to take it seriously, report it to the police or whatever and evacuate. So just getting sent it going and cause a disruption. I don't know. I don't think you could avoid it.
By the time you reach the school number 10 and you realize, wait, you all got the same email too, and then everybody else start to call, you're going to evacuate all of them up to 49?
It like every single school going to like say everybody get now. Everybody going to most likely evacuate, given that they'll probably, you're assuming that they're checking the emails regularly, right? So if you get now, you would take it seriously.
Them ain't checking the emails regularly. I promise you they ain't checking the emails regularly. Some schools would have gotten evacuated at 9 a.m. and some schools would have gotten evacuated at 11 a.m. All kind of different things would happen. And the article saying that the email which Guardian Media obtained warned people to stay away from schools on March 5th and 6th, noting that at midday a device will be set off. So it's 2 days they're telling you that their device will be set off at midday.
Are those dates significant in terms of anything happening in schools, exams or anything like that?
Mock exams, maybe most, but it's primary schools that they send it to.
Yeah.
So it's, primary schools that got sent to. But
so I mean, it
can't. Yeah,
it had to go back to the ministry, because I think in the same article, the tutor president was kind of coming down on the ministry because it didn't kind of give principals the autonomy to dismiss the students or to make the decisions on their own, you know. So it probably need to be a ministry policy. It happened last year, it happened again this year. It's something that take seriously in a sense and come up with a policy in terms of how the protocol going to be. As you say, if it's I'm not sure what the threshold going to be. You know, if it's...
Well, apparently, based on the article, it seems like some of the principals was like, nope, we're not dismissing school, and no. Most of the principals was ready to dismiss schools because of security, but the MOE told them to await further instruction. So I'm assuming, based on what I've seen in the article, that they may have said, yo, let's investigate this first before we make everybody dismiss school. And that's my point of view. My point of view is do a little investigation and do a proper decision making. But the tutor president was saying principals have the autonomy to dismiss school if they realize things But the article also says Lumpkin said tutor will not allow the ministry to the ministry authority or principals. It is inhumane to have occupants of these schools stand in the hot sun and under those harsh conditions. We call on the MOE to discontinue this practice and allow principals to exercise discretionary powers and authority when it comes to health and safety issues. Now, going to the muster point is one thing. You have to go to the muster point whenever there's an emergency. But dismissing school, principals can't just dismiss school just like that. They have to get approval from the school supervisor, I believe. It's broken down into the ministry, but then there are school supervisors, and the school supervisors will supervise a particular district. And when you want to do anything, you have to talk to that particular school supervisor and say, well, here's the scene, this is what we want to do, and then they'll have to tell you, and then they will send the letter in writing the next day, or a few days later, you'll get the actual letter in writing from them saying, yes, we did say that you could do that. I'm concerned because before, to do this bomb threat thing, you used to call the school, and when you call the school and you get a bomb threat, you would say, okay, somebody called us and they told us that there's a bomb, so we have to respond. Nobody, but you didn't have like mass calling where they would call. They probably call like 3 or 4 schools. But email, which is this great revolution in technology, gives you the ability to send an email to any amount of schools I want. And what will happen the day that they send it to every single school in Trinidad and Tobago? All 100 and, not even 100, because that's just secondary schools. It could be about 500 schools. If somebody sent an email to 500 schools in Trinidad and Tobago, we going to evacuate every single school in the country?
Well, again, as I say, that'll be... Alright, 500 emails get sent now, get delivered now. Right? The first few people who get it, going and have to take it seriously. Well, at least, you know, the first few people, but then things had to kick in where investigation, you had to report it to the ministry or whatever, and then investigation started happen, and then... You know, they need to have a protocol in place in terms of, right, we get an email, how much schools, multiple schools, more than 5, more than 10. Then they start checking with all these schools, and then, you know, we call it it's like not really a triage, but, you know, you have certain...
Not milestones, but you have certain checks and balances to do or something like that.
Yeah,
but
thresholds to, you know.
Yeah, well, they had to implement it.
Yeah, that'll come up with a policy, some type of policy.
That definitely had to come up, because I could see the person who did this saying, boy, look, I cause trouble. I'm going to do this on SCA day. I'm going to do this on maths exam day, English exam day. And you just sitting down and watching chaos take place because, well, they have no way of dealing with it. And that's basically what the Joker is doing, Batman. But
you know, it's a funny thing, as you mentioned, that you know, you don't think they just check emails on time. So it's probably just like 2 or 3 schools check the email, and then the message somebody else or call somebody else, and then everybody else probably check the email.
I'm 100% sure. 100% sure that's what happened. Totally. But yeah. I mean, I see one of these things happen already, and they showed it to me. And I was like, yeah, there are like 5 telltale signs that this email is fake, spelling errors, the domain it come from, and whatnot, but we still had to report it and we still had to evacuate. Yeah. And it is his responsibility at the end of the day. But this could go south real fast because technology, next thing they'll send a WhatsApp message. Imagine a voice note start to go around now, and the voice note saying it remember at that time that voice note was going on, it had a bomb in the mall or some kind of thing like that? And everybody was afraid to go to the mall, and the voice note gets sent to everybody. And people was afraid to go to Trinity Mall, I think.
I can't remember that.
Yeah. That voice note that went around, and people was like, they have a bomb going off tomorrow. And I was like, when is tomorrow? Like, you get one person get the voice note on a Wednesday, the next person get the voice note on a Friday. Yeah. The voice note just forwarding like crazy, and everybody just like tomorrow by tomorrow. But yeah, it could go far, and technology creating an ability, and I think yeah, response to those things, I'd have some sort of policy. All the policies that we making about technology and all them kind of thing, you had to take about disaster response also. Yeah. And how to handle it and properly analyze it and make intelligent decisions, but still take safety in place. Yeah, principals have it hard. Me, I not on that principal life. Nope.
Yeah, because I say, at the end of the day, they have a duty of care to the students.
Yeah. You know? Real pain. Yeah. All right, that's cool. If any of y'all who have any ideas about that, you could send us a message. And let me hear what you think about that. Like, how do you fix that? What can we do? Next story is going to take us into our favorite topic. Not our favorite topic, but digital transformation. This time, the only reason we're talking about it is because we have a figure this time. All the time we used to talk about what they're trying to do, but now we're going to talk about the figure. So we'll be back after this break.
In today's digital age, every business needs a strong online presence to reach new customers and stay competitive. But not every business needs a complex website or a full-fledged e-commerce solution. At makeITsimpleTT, we understand that every business has unique needs, and we offer a range of tailored solutions to fit those needs. Over the years, we've helped many businesses. Our services include website design and development. We create a professional and user-friendly website like these that represent your brand and drives results. Invoicing and payment processing. We can streamline your billing process with a user-friendly invoicing system that integrates seamlessly with most payment gateways, and you can receive online payments easily. We also do automated order forms, which allows you to collect orders online and customer information effortlessly and send back automated emails, notifications, and reminders, and then you just have to make the sale at the end. So you can contact us today to learn more about how we can help make your business more successful, or you could visit makeITsimpleTT.com/business.
All right. Article says, who's this boy? This is from Ryan Bechu, not a senior reporter. All right. It's clearly not stated. Okay. The Minister of Planning and Development, Penelope Beckles, and the President of the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, signed a US $90 million conditional credit line for investment projects, which includes a first individual loan of $42 million to facilitate the digital transformation of TNT by supporting the expansion and enhancement of the digital economy. The signing took place, blah, 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 blah. Economic model, keywords. Over the next 10 years, it will be given. So 10 years is the timeline. They said the conditional credit will help facilitate digital transformation. They highlighted it's a global shift, decentralization, digitization, all the keywords. Then the last paragraph I want to get to. Additionally, over 150 firms will receive support to use digital technology to improve their productivity, and more than 500 public service employees will have access to advanced training opportunities in digital service delivery and project management. The program will also feature activities that promote the digital inclusion of people with disabilities and women-led firms. 42 million US. If you had 42 million US, how are you spreading that around the government to to make us digitally transformed, where would you start? How would I go to answer? What $1 million US could do for you?
$1 million could do a little. I mean, $1 million US is a lot of money,
for me,
depending on the context. But like I was looking at the Central Tenders Board in terms of what some companies is pay or charge in terms of some software projects and stuff like that, and I believe the e-tax system.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think that's
the TT connecting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't remember the exact figure, but it was around $1 million to $2 million for
US?
that. Yeah.
To maintain it for a period of time or to implement it?
To maintain it, I think. And it had a couple of other stuff. The figures were around 500,000, 300,000 US. 300,000 USD. So, I mean, 42 million is a lot of money. And it could do a lot. It could accomplish a lot. And I mean, it's a 10-year. So, before we get into all the what you could do and stuff, right? Like, what stand out to me is not taxpayer money. We borrowing this money. It's a 10-year loan. What is the interest rate on this loan?
Well, the IDB for a long time, nobody else ever know the interest rate of the IDB, I mean, it probably listed somewhere under some fine print in some website somewhere, but nobody else ever know how much you have to pay back the IDB.
Yeah, cause I mean, this different. Always be like, they're spending taxpayer money, but this different. They're not spending the taxpayer money. You're paying we in debt, and we had to pay back this money over a 10-year period. Right? And normally when you take a loan from the IDB, does have expected outcomes. You need to meet certain milestones
targets, yeah.
So I'd want to know, or it'd be good to know what those targets are. So if you're apart from the whole general thing on digital economy, enhance the digital, like what are the target milestones that you need to deliver on? Because they would only approve this loan based on, all right, you make a case for it, and then they themselves will tell you, okay, you need to deliver on this, and this over that 10-year period or whatever, so.
Yeah, you're totally correct, because they have conditional credit line, line of credit, because there must be conditions. I think the government does have plans on paper. We're good at putting things on paper. We're good at creating a nice PDF, because you ever read our manifesto? Our election manifesto? Well, no, I promise you. No, it had a year I was real serious about voting. Real serious. And I say to myself, if I gonna do this, I am not going to get caught in the flag waving and thing. I want to see a manifesto and I want to read that thing properly. So I read all them manifestos, boy. And I thought I was living in utopia, When I see the words and the statements and the strategies and all them kind of things put together, I was like, boy, we good at writing things down, boy. We good at developing our roadmap and thing. And, well, the implementation, of course, is never that good. Never. So, let me say realistically, it takes, for 3 years or maybe 5 years, I don't know, for 1 year, it takes $2 million to maintain the e-tax. Let me drop that down to, let's give it a 5-year period. Okay, so for 5 years, it takes $2 million US to maintain our IT system. That will be for the tenure of the government or whatnot. Divide our 40 by 42 by 2, that'll give you 21 projects. So if we were to apply proper database, this is not counting implementation cost on only. Yeah.
Okay, I have the exact figure here. Right?
You find it?
So,
okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So provision of the Gentax maintenance subscription, production services, for a period of 3 years for the integrated tax processing system, $4.5 million US.
Oh my goodness. Well then we get, so that means, okay, for 3 years, so let me say everything is 3 years, $42 million getting you 10 projects. Nah, well, that madness, that nothing, like, What 10 places will take the priority to have that in place? Oh my, wow, that 42 just get boiled down like Baji they were. I can't see it. I don't know. I really don't know. Because the 42 million sound big, but these big firms or companies that the government really enlisting to do these things, of which the front end of the e-tax could do it some work, could do it a lot of work. But at least the back end working.
I'll send it to you there if you want to put it up.
Yeah. I'll put it up for sure. I'll have a
I thought I work a little magic.
Oh gosh. Yeah. There's an image.
Yeah.
Good boy. Alright, that's all. Hold on. I could do this. I'm a professional. Yeah, that's how I save. What the JPEG is JFIF now? What is that? I never see a JPEG like that before. But that's okay. I still am a professional. So, okay, well if it have 40 things to do, if it have 10 things to do, what are the top 10 things?
Digital transformation. Okay. So you have to evaluate what you have now. You have to document and evaluate every single process you have now. Right.
Okay, so I get the image up there.
Yeah, so it's the second item.
Second one. Wow, what's the first one? Oh, this is just aerial and LiDAR service of Tobago service mapping division ministry.
That was in our software thing.
Yeah, that's 210. Okay, so let me see what it says. Fast Enterprises LLC. They are from Colorado, United States of America. So, of course, it's a U.S. company. And their job is to provide Gentax maintenance, subscription, and production support services for a period of 3 years for the integrated tax processing system of the Inland Revenue Division of Trinidad and Tobago. And there's VAT. They had to pay VAT too. Okay.
Yeah,
$4 million for 3 years.
4.5 million.
4.5 million US dollars for 3 years to make sure that our e-tax. I guess e-tax has to do, it's not just about our individual tax returns, but also public companies, BP and Shell and all them people had to do their tax. They had to process them taxes inside there too. I guess the corporation tax and things will be inside there also. So, all right. Okay, top 10 things. If you had to get 10 things that you're making sure digitally transform for the next 3 years, because you have $42 million at your disposal, and we divvying that up into 10 projects for Fast Technology LLC to do. Taxation, important.
When I say 10 things, you mean like 10 projects, not what they need to do to get right. So 10 things.
Yeah, 10 projects.
Online. I think streamline paying for stuff online. I mean, they say they're doing that already, but all government type services. That's
payments. Also, like a back-end payment platform that will allow you to pay online via our website. Yeah. So basically, a portal to say, okay, click here to pay, and you go to that portal, and your payment will go, and they will assign it to wherever it need to go. So that Ministry of Finance stuff, right?
Yeah, and I mean, it'll feed into the whole, what do you say, enhancement of the digital economy. That should be like, low-hanging fruit.
No, low-hanging fruit? All right, yes, they probably could talk to their friends at Visa.
Yeah, you know, if... And they don't always have to be credit card, it could be debit card, but a lot of people, you know, who want to do it, because I have people who would resist it and probably still will go in person and pay with cash. Mm-hmm. You know, but for the people like me who don't like to go anywhere, like you know what's our next thing?
Like me too, yeah.
So all are the processes that are required to print a form, fill it out, and drop it in.
that is not 4 million US. That's a big work. That's a real big work. That is
because I still ain't transfer my light bill to my name, and for that reason,
Because you had to fill out the form.
Yeah, I had to go in
and
somewhere
drop it in.
and
Yeah. I wish I could email it. I think
not email it. Let me go online, link it to my TT Connect or my ID or whatever. You know who I am. I have an ID card. The ID card should be in all the system or whatever. I alone have a number.
That's exactly where I go in. I go in for the National Identification System.
Yeah.
Where your ID card, I think I've seen new ID cards have barcodes and thing on it. But
yeah, I don't have one, but yeah.
Right. Now we're talking about low-hanging fruit. It ain't that hard for me to get an ID card that is linked to a database, and when I go somewhere, I don't have to fill out a form. All I had to do is get them my ID card, they go beep, and all the information gets put in, and then they say, all right, is all this information correct? And I say yes or no, and they change whoever they need to change or they fix it, which is basically what a private bank does. You go, you get them your account number, the account number goes in, and they be like, has your address changed? Anything changed or whatnot? I could change it for you one time or whatever the case is, whatnot. But a national identification system with a centralized database is cake, technically, because that is not even my third year university project. You learn that in year 2, max. And the concept, not that hard. All you have to do is take all the birth papers I have, and you just kind of take that database to the birth papers. Now, I'm making it sound simple, but of course it's a $4 million job. So you have to, you do validation, you have to do verification.
That might be a 10, 15 million.
Well,
okay. I mean, this year is just maintenance, you know, that 4.5 million is just maintenance.
Right. Yeah, that just maintenance. That just making sure it work. Yeah.
Think of your stuff that you do. Your maintenance will be way less than how much you charge to implement it.
Correct, to implement, yes. You're totally correct. So, whatever it takes, but a national ID system that'll be able to do that and stretch that across to the licensing office so that when you have to go and do something with your driver's license, let me say you get a ticket. Yes, they could take your information from your license and put it in the system to get your ticket real fast now. That does work real quick. But there are other times when you go with, and like you say, you go by the police station and you have to report an accident. Them asking you for your ID, for your license, and sitting down and writing down that information on a form in triplicate,
You know what? I think like in the US, your social security number. Once you have that, you don't need, again, at this whole 2 forms of ID. You need your ID card and your passport and your this and your... It's like one totally should be good enough. Because it should just link back to some central thing that you could verify that this person is who they say they are.
I totally agree. I think that will... That
will spend the whole 42 million on that.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think that will give you a kind of springboard to now have a platform to say, okay, now we can integrate it. Because what you'll end up doing is you'll be creating one set of siloed systems that work in their own ministry or in their own place. And when it's time to now integrate, you basically have to build everything over, or you have to now create some sort of ridiculously expensive software bridge. I will spend all the other rest of the 90 million to try to join all of them together, when basically you should just start off with, okay, what's the first thing you do if you start a country? You have to identify everybody and make sure they're identifiable and know who they are so that you'll be able to
collect tax.
Collect taxes and appropriate resources as necessary depending on their age and status and whatever the case is. But yes, collect taxes too. And no, for real, if they want to collect taxes properly, everybody had to get identified, because you ought to know, like, it might sound weird, but China don't have no problem with tax, because everybody is known and everybody knows how much they have to pay. And well, they don't really have to pay.
You know what? I didn't really like this article. The last sentence of the article.
Women-led firms.
Activities to promote digital inclusion of people with disabilities and women-led firms. They lump women in with
Yeah.
Not saying something wrong with disabilities, but the kind of is like, yeah, woman and this is like.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring it up, but yeah, it didn't look nice to say that. Oh, yeah, we want to promote inclusion, disabled people and women. That's not a good. Yeah, that's not a good look. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. But hey, I don't know. But as you're talking about our last paragraph, I forget one thing we have to talk before we move on. They will receive support to use digital technology and improve their productivity. And more than 500 public service employees will have access to advanced training opportunities in digital service delivery and project management. They didn't say that they will be trained on, they say opportunities.
You know, as you talk about productivity, I think like above that, there's one of the statement that the IDB president made. You know, achieving a more sustainable economic model for national development requires structural transformations that address the country's relatively low productivity levels.
Yeah. That's facts. We don't even want to discuss that. We don't want to say anything about it because the fact that they say they will have access to advanced training opportunities, it means everybody not going to get trained.
Yeah, not mandatory.
Not mandatory. And that's two things that real hard to do. Know where lightning has come from and firing a public servant. You can't.
I know people in the public service that fight and stab other people, like stab, getting altercation and stab people.
On the job. And still working?
And they're still working. They just tell them need to go anger management classes.
Wow. All right, now you ain't lie. I believe you. I believe you 100%.
You probably had to kill somebody.
Bro,
to get fired.
That's crazy. That's really crazy. But yeah, you probably had to do something real bad to get fired. So okay, well, yeah, based on our calculations, thanks for finding that image though, because that gave me some sort of context to know, that's the kind of money is had the government paying to maintain these things, and that's the price of progress.
Yeah, and I mean,
but at least it's working, the e-tax system.
Yeah, that's
I must say I can't fault it for anything. The sign-up process kind of weird, but once you're inside, I believe that it will. All I want now is for them to be able to send the money directly to your bank account.
Yeah, instead of being mailed
I should be able to put my bank account. And I'm sure that the company that implemented it has that feature saying down there, and it just had to click a checkbox for it to be enabled and put in your bank account information. Yeah. But we just can't do it because the check system is embedded in the way we disburse funds.
Yeah,
like you had to receive a check or write a check for you. The government could send a check. Like, why? It doesn't have to. But okay.
So I mean, going back to the amount the company charges, good to know, what's the cost and get idea of what stuff like that costs. Because you never know, next thing the government come to you and say, Mr. Charles, your country needs you. You have idea how much to charge them.
Here's what I had to say about that. When it's an international firm, them getting the money up front because them ain't doing no work unless they get the money up front. When it's a local, they go say, yeah, we go pay you after.
Around that, that's register a business in the US.
We go move on from that. Yeah, talking about business and making money and working the system. HP boy, would you rent a printer? Would you rent a printer? We'll be back after the break. Have you ever tried to order something online using a Visa debit card, but you can't? Is shopping online something you always do already using a Skybox, but sometimes you need advice on knowing what to buy or what will work? I'm Mr. Charles from makeITsimpleTT, and we aim to make technologies that solve problems in a Caribbean context. So we created Order It. What is it, you ask? What is Order It? It's an app and a website that helps you order it in 2 ways. The first way is if you already order things online. You're familiar with using a Skybox, you're familiar with using a credit card, but sometimes you don't always have answers to certain questions, like which laptops will get a warranty in Trinidad, which phones will work on the Digicel network or the mobile network. So our app helps you order it. Every product that we list in the app, we will let you know the truth based on the experience of 20 years of ordering things online and using various Skyboxes in Trinidad and Tobago. So here are some of the questions that the app answers for you based on the products that we list. What are the taxes? Why does it cost so much when I actually get it? What is dimensional weight? All these questions and more, we answer in the app because we want to help you order it. All you have to do is simply pick from our list of recommended items that we know and trust because we've ordered it already. Follow through the payment process. We'll order it and we can even have it delivered to you. So why don't you give it a try? Search for Order It by makeITsimpleTT in the App Store or the Google Play Store, or you can even go online to orderit.makeITsimpleTT.com and check and see if we could answer some of your questions and help you in the process of ordering it. Taking this way, like everybody, all those of you listening, listen to this. This is from entrepreneur.com. Of course, they don't have any name of the by Shirin Shibu. Yeah, anyway. HP launched a printer subscription service on Thursday that allows subscribers to rent a new printer, print a specific number of pages, and get ink delivered from the company when they need it for a fixed price per month. Customers can choose between 3 new printers, which cost $6.99 per month to rent. Well, the HP Envy is $6.99, $7 a month. Then our next one, Inspire, which costs $9 a month. And then our Office Jet Pro, which costs $13 a month with no upfront costs. And you get, listen, they say, well, I'm going to scroll down. Right. Subscribers to HP's new service can choose to print anywhere from 20 pages per month for $7 to 700 pages a month for $36. Like with an instant ink plan, HP will detect when the ink is running low and deliver replacement cartridges automatically at no additional cost. If the printer jams or runs into an issue, subscribers have access to a 24/7 live support. After 2 years, HP offers the option to upgrade to a new printer or continue with the old one. For years, HP digging out people I would ink.
Yeah, they just take it up one notch, up one level.
Does this actually give peace of mind to anybody to say, okay, once I pay my subscription, my printer always working. Every time I need to print, this thing just going on work. There's no question because that's what subscription's supposed to do for you, right? You're supposed to feel like I am paying for this consistently.
See with ink for me, right, is I don't print often. Right, so the ink does end up drying up. So what's gonna happen when the ink dry up, HP?
How do you call it? Okay, let me be devil's advocate. You call the support and you tell them my printer is not printing. They run you through some troubleshooting and they say XYZ is the case. Okay, cool. We'll send a new one for you tomorrow.
Yeah, but
you still can't print at that point in time.
Yeah, I'm not able to print on time.
I don't know what the feasibility is.
Because that is the whole trap with the ink too, you know. Apart from it being expensive, it does expire.
Yeah.
You know, so if you don't use it within a certain period of time, nope, no ink for you. You need to buy new ink.
Because, okay, when they do this with cars, when you lease a car or you're leasing or whatever it is, and you tell them the car down, they have some facility where you could get temporary, because insurance companies just kind of do it, but the people that lease cars in the States, you have the facility to go and get a backup car, right? The people will drive to wherever you are, give you the backup car and say, here, use that one until we get this one fixed. They will take it if they had to take it, or they'll come on site to fix it if it can't move or whatever the case is. But to do this for a printer, it's different. It's different from driving a car. When you want to print, you want to print. And you have no amount of service that you could get that could tell you, yeah, we'll be by you in half an hour with a new printer to print. Unless they do that. If they do that, I'll be like, all right, cool. 2:00 in the morning, I want to print. Send the printer van with a printer for me, please.
Yeah, because, I mean, at the end of the day, with HP, this is all about money. for them. It's nothing about service to the customers or whatever, because the CEO was saying every time a customer buys a printer, it's an investment for us, right? And if this customer doesn't print enough or doesn't use our supplies, it's a bad investment.
That's a publicist. Publicist, right? That okay. So let's say I go for the lowest model that allows me to print the $7 one. Allows me to print how much pages per month? 20 pages per month. That is $7. $7 a month. 7 by 24. That's $168. So, and the price of the printer is $200. So in a year and a half, I would have paid the amount of money that it cost for the new printer, the brand new printer, and it's $27 for the ink. Let's say 20 pages per month. Out of that is 12 twos. That is 240 pages per year. I think that ink would dry up because some people are printing in spurts. So let me say you have, if it have a rollover, you think it'll have a rollover, like you didn't use your 20 page, like it's minutes for a phone.
For your plan. But this is not like a laser printer, it's the inkjet thing.
No, it's inkjets, yeah.
Yeah, so I would say is buy a laser printer, and preferably one that's not HP.
And the 700 pages per month is $36. So that's like a office or school or some kind of thing. They paying $36 a month to lease this printer to print 700 pages. The only way I see it viable, because they say after 2 years you have the option to upgrade, which is like a cell phone kind of plan thing. If you get a jam or run into an issue, then I had to replace my printer the next day. If that's the case, that's all I want.
Yeah, I don't print that much, so it's not really something I could really relate to. I should probably scan one. Just scan one, I just print.
As soon as your daughter start to do projects in school, you go see how your printer go start to get used. Because you ain't gonna buy no newspaper to cut out nothing. You gonna print everything because that news cutting out things from a magazine. I was like, no, this is online. Let's print it. I promise you, we could find it online. Let me print it. And I have a color printer. I print in that easy. But I have a Epson EcoTank printer. Never failed me yet. I probably was one of the earliest adopters to Epson EcoTank printers when they now come out, and I realize it now. You don't have to buy the ink cartridge. It's a tank, and you could fill up that tank and you're getting refills. And I have my printer for about 5 years now. Okay, and everybody that need it. Yeah.
The ink don't dry up or anything?
No, it don't dry up because it's a tank, yeah. So the only way that ink drying up is if the tank real empty and it only have a little bit of ink inside it will dry. But once the liquid inside there, it ain't gonna dry. It might, if you do use it for a while, it might have like a first print that little streaky. Yeah. Because the jet itself ain't get used in a while, but once you print twice and some ink pass through it, you're good. Yeah. So and HP have ink tank printers also. But they're not as good as the Epson one, as far as I know, as far as the people that buy them. But good on you, HP. That's the subscription service. But that's where cars go in, they say. Because I remember we had the article where you had to pay for heated seats in a BMW. You had to pay a subscription. Right there, but they had to enable it to software.
You don't paying so much for a BMW, though. That's just wickedness.
To get the heated seats?
Yeah, that's wickedness.
All right. Quickly on this one here, before we leave. A former Google software engineer has been charged by the US with stealing trade secrets about artificial intelligence while secretly working for 2 Chinese companies. Industrial espionage. I teach this in school and tell the children about, imagine somebody working for Apple and they go and work in the Samsung factory and they see the tricks and they keep sending emails encrypted and they don't know how it was sent. That's what's happened. So this man, he stole more than 500 confidential files and was leaking it to these Chinese companies, and the information he's accused of taking relates to the infrastructure of Google's supercomputing data centers, which are used to host and train large AI models. And my boy, he got caught.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's something I mentioned a few times before, because, like, it's all well and good, you know, trying to regulate AI in an environment where, you know, you have good intentions or whatever, you know, but what happens when it falls into the wrong hands? You know, and he's just the person that get caught. And I mean, in this case, it's not directly AI related, you know, it's like the infrastructure, but he's the person that get caught. You don't know who else leak whatever else to China or Russia or whatever.
So you're telling me China needs this, or China was just basically covering all bases to make sure that
I mean, it's not
make sure we on par with them.
It's not a matter of needing it, and is you like you remember the art of war come from China.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
They're real tactical, you know. You don't know your enemy, know what they're doing, so you could plan better. So yeah, even though you have your own thing going on, you would want to hide. What he doing? You know, maybe what he doing a little better than mine. I could learn from. Because China, if you look at it, not just AI, look at it from all other areas of manufacturing and making stuff. You could come out with this mouse now. Apple could come out with this mouse now. Next 2-3 months.
Yeah, you're correct.
You know?
I don't know what's going to happen, but most likely he go down, you know, seek asylum in China and they ain't extradite him. There's a Edward Snowden kind of vibes. And what he was, I don't know how much he get paid or what he was doing, but Google fumbled the bag with this. They fumble to know that Mr. Ding is said to have booked a one-way ticket from San Francisco to Beijing before resigning on the 26th of December.
Yeah, never seen you again. You probably get our heroes welcome when he reach home. When he reach in China.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
And that's, as I said, that's what they found. You don't know what else he actually leaked.
Yeah.
You know? And Mr. Jinping?
Mr. Ding. D-I-N-G.
No, I mean
China
president.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he
I can't remember his name now.
Yeah, he not extradited nobody to the US, so he good.
Man, come back as a hero. He living in a villa right now. I type a random story. Let's see if we could find something random to talk about. Random story time. Technology. All right, forget the MacBook Air M3 came out. The MacBook Pro M3. Yeah. I think I read some article about say it's still coming with 8 gigs of RAM in the base model. But remember to them RAM no matter because everything integrated. Nobody problem at least. Nope. Apple. Oh no, I think the App Store allowing the Apple have to allow other apps on the EU models of their phone, but they're doing it in such a sneaky way. I can't remember. I think I listened to a podcast about it, but I can't find the article about it. Let me see. OnePlus, best laptops for astronomers, Helldivers 2 leak. How many of these 39 outdated things have you done? There's a BuzzFeed article. All right. Let's go BuzzFeed for the fun of it. All right. Let's see. Have you ever heard of Flappy Bird?
Switched it.
Switching. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. Have you ever played or at least heard of Flappy Bird?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, that's me. Cool. Have you ever downloaded and used Hipstermatic to filter your Instagram photos and make them look retro?
Nope.
Have you ever watched YouTube videos on your iPhone when it had this logo? Oh. Yes, I remember that YouTube logo. Have you ever added a bumper sticker to your Facebook page? What?
No. I didn't think I could do that.
No, that was a be real there. Have you ever sent text on an iPhone when the text screen looked like 3D bubbles?
Yes.
Oh, I never had an iPhone, so nope. Have you ever played Fruit Ninja?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played Fruit Ninja. Have you ever gone to watch a movie because it was in 3D?
Yeah, Avatar.
Have you ever used a 30-pin connector to charge your iPhone? It's only for iPhone people, but
Yeah.
You had the 30-pin connector?
Yep. I had a phone and an iPad.
Oh, jeez. Have you ever shared or gotten the spaghetti cat meme?
No.
I never shared that before. Have you ever seen a photo bucket account and actually used it?
No.
Photo bucket. I know about photo bucket, but I never used it. I've seen one, but I never used it. Have you ever used a mouse that wasn't wireless?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
Yeah.
How?
They're not real catering to like the real Gen Z thing here. Not Gen Z, whatever the new one is. Alpha. Have you ever watched a movie or TV show on an iPod mini? Whoa. No. That's wild. Have you ever accidentally hit the internet button on your flip phone and totally panicked?
Yes. Use all your money one time.
Yeah. That killing your little $20 you put on your phone.
Yeah. And you should finish in like 2 seconds.
Have you ever bought a ringtone on your cell phone?
Yes.
I never buy a ringtone. No, I was not going to buy the ringtone. It was like $5 for it.
I can't remember. And that was when the ringtone wasn't even
in the club.
It wasn't even a song. It was just like the tones.
Polyphonic, yeah. It was polyphonic, yeah. 50 Cent in the club was the biggest ringtone. I know real people who buy that. Have you ever burned a photo or CD or DVD? Yeah, I burned plenty CDs.
Yeah.
Plenty DVDs.
Me too. I used to burn CDs and sell them in school.
Have you ever used Internet Explorer as a search engine and had it crash on you? Yeah, been there.
Yeah, search till download Chrome.
Have you ever logged into a computer you shared with your entire family?
Yeah.
Been there. Yep. Everybody had their own profile and their picture and thing. Have you ever called to vote for someone on American Idol? This is not getting techie anymore. I never do that. Have you ever had a Subway Club card? Oh my goodness, I real old. I had that.
You had that?
Yes, boy.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they used to put a stick on it, and when you fill it up, you get a 6-inch.
I can't remember that.
Yeah, every time you buy a foot long, you get a sticker and then you get a 6-inch as the return. Have you ever played with music on Windows Media Player and zoned out while watching the visualizations?
Not really zoned out, but I remember. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I used to change the color. Yeah, change the color and the saturation and all them kind of thing. All right, last one. Have you ever owned a desktop computer and had a monitor with the giant back part? We used to call it a fat back. Okay, yeah. All right, we'll stop there. That's enough retro. Subway Club card, yeah, that's the only one I'm taking with me. I remember the Subway Club card. That's when Subways used to be $20 for one.
For a foot long?
Yeah, a foot long was $20, yeah.
Serious?
I promise you. Yeah, yep.
Wow.
And it was like 22 if you put in like the extra toppings and thing, and nobody wanted to put an extra $2. Just one $20 bill and they get the foot long.
Now a foot long is like $50 or something.
55.
Like almost 5-6 years I ain't buy a Subway, you know.
Me too. The only time I buy Subway is when my children ask it. Sometimes they ask for a Subway and I'll be like, why? But why?
Yeah, long time I need a Subway. Yeah.
All right, so that's it for today. Let's go through our recap. Today we went through the school bomb threats. 49 schools in the Southeast were evacuated because of our bomb threat via email again, and we kind of discuss what can you do technologically wise or what policies you have to put in place to fix that. How does $42 million help us digitally transform? We kind of broke down some numbers to see how much money it costs to do different things, and it ain't that much for that 42 million, but we did decide that the best thing to do is to create a proper national identification system that is digitally linked so that we could have some sort of platform to work with. And the international story was HP launching their subscription service because you need a subscription service printer, of course, because why not? And then the Google thing and the random story was the Google stuff. We talk about a man stealing information, espionage, sending it to China, and now he's in China living his best life now. And we happened to do a BuzzFeed tech thing to see how far we go, and all I remember is I had a Subway card. I did, yeah. And you had a 24-pin connector for your iPad and your iPhone.
That wasn't that long ago. That's like, right, 2010, 2012. Yeah, that is like 10 years ago.
Right, current 14-year-olds have no idea. Not 10 years ago, 2010 is 14 years ago. Yeah, current 14-year-olds don't even know. Like, there are pin connectors. All they know is Lightning and now USB-C. That's where we at. All right, so that's it for today. My name is Mr. Charles from makeITsimpleTT. Look for me anywhere online at makeITsimpleTT. Right now, you will see me doing a lot of work for my students for examination. So if you're following anywhere, you'll see a lot of educational content and my apps and the things that we're working on right now. So you could always leave a message. If anything we talk about you like and you want to send a message, please do so. I will respond to you and we'll talk about you on the podcast. And my co-host is
RedbitTech, that's Redbit_tech.
And he is the greatest TikToker alive, and I'll keep saying that until he posts a new video. As soon as he posts a new video, we will mention it. Let me see, anybody leave any comments? No, nobody left any comments. But at least on Spotify. Yeah. There was a comment a few months ago and we totally missed it. Yeah, thanks for the 1,000 plays, guys. 1,000 plays. He's somewhere up there, boy. Look, we got a 32 play episode on Spotify on the cybercrime enforcement thing that we was talking about. That was 2 weeks ago. That's good. All right. I told you. So have a good week, and we will see what next week's technology has for us. We should have an interview maybe in the next 2 weeks. I think I'm working on an interview with the founder of Pesh. That's the e-money issuing app. And we should have that interview for you all within the next 2 weeks. But hopefully everything works out, and we might have to record that next week, but we'll talk about that backstage. I tell you. Later.